Yesterday, I did a duet with Amanda Nelson, Amanda's Mild Takes, and where she interviewed Sarah McBride, who is our highest ranking congresswoman that is openly transgender. And she asked her, like, you know, what's the best way to engage MAGA or people on the right? Because I don't think attacking and shame is a good tactic. And Sarah had this amazing answer where basically she said, like, if everything is as dire as we say, if everything is on the line like we say, then we have to be willing to be uncomfortable. And shame and attacking people never changed anybody's mind. You have to approach them with curiosity and information, but you have to come at it from a gentle place. And she just had a lot of good information. She's like, politics, the game is addition. It's very easy to preach to the choir, talk to your echo chambers. That's easy. The hard work is allowing yourself to be uncomfortable and grow your congregation. And it was just this amazing answer because, you know, she could absolutely say, like, not my job. I'm not doing it. Because a lot of people say that. I could say that. I've had all my money stolen. I've been raped. I've been beaten by white men on the right. I could absolutely go, I can't. I don't want to. Not my job. I have too much. And some of you do have too much. I fully understand that. It's taken me a lot to be able to have these conversations, mostly because I feared for their life because I had so much rage. So I had to step back. It wasn't about traumatizing myself, even though I had a lot of trauma, especially from COVID. But it was because I didn't trust that I wouldn't lunge. Okay, that's the reality of it. And then I saw that didn't work. I knew that didn't work. And I knew that I had a future I wanted for this country, and my rage was not going to get us there. So anyway, it's a great video. I have it posted here. You can go watch it on her channel. But I got this comment yesterday on YouTube, and I want to read it because it's amazing. Now, before I read this was in response to me talking about the fact that there's a lot of people on the right that have woken up, at least enough to where they know that both sides have problems and that they do not want to vote for either side. So they've woken up to the right in Israel and things like that. But lots of times when you leave a cult, you're not ready to jump to another side. That takes time, or it takes people engaging you that you trust and you come from a place of kindness and gentleness so that they can hear you. Because they can't hear you with condensation or like, oh, I told you so. They just, no one can hear that. You can't hear that when it comes to certain topics. It's like leaving a bad relationship. Everyone goes, like, you don't want to talk to those people, right? But I want those people to vote with us because I don't want to relive this cycle over and over and over again. Because I think some people think we'll just vote and we'll get them out and then we're just going to fix it all. But they'll be waiting. It's like weeds waiting in the garden. Like, oh, okay, well, we pulled out the weeds and now we don't have to worry about it anymore. That's not a thing. There's no finish line here. This is a lifelong work that part of us neglected, and we can't do that anymore. So anyway, this was in response to that. So I'm going to read this, and I'm going to try not to cry, but I don't promise because I'm a big baby. So it says, I agree that all we need is for MAGA to stay home, but I have inadvertently become an ex-MAGA whisperer here in Virginia. I had several friends whom I no longer spoke to contact me starting after Kirk's unaliving. I went to dinner with the first one, the Republicans accusing the left before a person was in custody after Charlie got killed, and spent 3 hours answering her questions about talking points she was now questioning and showing her how to find the truth. The next two called/texted me after the memorial. Then my neighbor and the original three started referring their family members to me. It was the White House being torn down, the No Kings protest being full of patriotic people, and the latest one was just after the absolute spanking the Republicans received here in Virginia at the ballot box. So in total, I've now helped 10 ex-MAGA. The week we were voting, it was 9, and I ended up taking 3 to the polls at their request to vote Democrat for the first time in their lives. Moral support and attaboys. 2 of the originals are now joining me in activism. So please, if a potential ex-MAGA asks you honest questions about what is happening, just answer the questions they ask and show them your trusted sources for information. suggest books and websites. I treat them like a wounded animal who needs help but could bolt at any moment. If those of us who are able and willing to do this, sorry, my eyes are blurry, will put in some time and energy, we can collapse MAGA from the inside. And I get emotional about that because I grew up on that side. I grew up in the cult, right? And so I understand all their thinking, their reasoning for all this. I know what cognitive dissonance feels like. I've been in relationships like that where something feels wrong, but you cannot see your way out of it. And when people attack you, it makes it so much worse. It makes it so much worse. And the way so many people get out is simply kindness from the people they are taught to fear and hate. And I've said this a bunch of times, and I know it makes people angry, but that just is the reality of it. And to see Sarah McBride say that, that also made me really emotional, because so many of them, when they do get out, they become allies. And you don't even have to engage them when they are MAGA, but as they are questioning things, and if they're willing to reach out, if we will simply be kind and treat them as someone that can be easily spooked, like a horse that could run at any second, just be gentle, just be, and I'm always like very nonchalant, I'm like, oh, no, you were wondering about that? Okay, well, I look at this and I look at that and I'm like, okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm just very like, oh, kind of like, oh, I thought everyone knew. And I don't even treat them like, oh, you voted that way. It's like, I act like I don't even know. Like, I just let that be and then just move forward, because bigger conversations can happen down the line, and they do. So anyway, I just want to thank the MAGA Whisperer, or the ex-MAGA Whisperer, for this comment and for sharing that with us, along with Sarah McBride and Amanda Nelson.